Hey, how we doing out there, everybody? Coming to you live from the kitchen table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the kitchen table. The name of the show is Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. But it wouldn't be nothing without David Penderlofgren over there doing all the tech, playing the Balron, and being the person I get to visit with every week. Everybody is emotionally hungover. Everybody's feeling kind of weak. Everybody's emotionally hungover. You say to me, how you doing? I'm sorry I can't speak. I was crunching numbers from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I got no books of my own calculations. I got so many windows open on my screen. I silently wave salutations. I'm emotionally hungover. I'm blissed out. I'm in shock that we had a president who tried to ruin the post office so that ballots wouldn't make it in. Get your head around that, my friends. But not anymore. 2 more months, we got a new guy who's going to be at the head of the score, and we're actually going to have a government again. Not just something to serve the corporations. Ah, yes, that's right, I'm a tax and spend liberal, and I want to save the environment, so I am a big fan of regulation. But I'm emotionally hungover from the way that this election went down. How we doing out there, everybody? Woo! Oh! Well, we got a few new things going here from the kitchen table. So we're going to say them a few times. We'll say them now and I'll say them a little later on. Thank you, of course, for being here. And I always love anybody who's viewing to add in the comments what city you're viewing from. And we all got to look and see who is watching from other parts. And number 2, I want to introduce this idea of inviting a friend to the show. Next week, you can invite a friend to the show. Maybe you've already invited a friend other times, but now I'm upping the ante a little bit because number 3, we are adding a segment of the show called Stump the Band. So when I get done swapping songs with the guests this week, the one and only Jake Jolliff, we're going to take a call from a listener out there. They're going to call in. They're not going to write in a comment. They're going to go ahead. We're going to talk with them on the phone, and they're going to have a request. They're going to try to stump the band. And they're going to get 3 requests. We're going to get 3 opportunities to play the request. And if we are not able to fulfill the request, we will be stumped. And I think that means we send you a corkscrew. I'm not sure yet. We're developing this. This is all brand new because it's been a long week. And right now, all I got to say is, Georgia, Georgia, hold it through. Just an old sweet song. It's Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song for you. It comes out sweet and clear, like the moonlight pine. Other arms reach out to me. Other arms smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia. The whole no peace I find, just an old sweet song. Georgia. And thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Stacey Abrams, and all the volunteers down there. We're just singing a few songs on Sunday evening. People have been pounding the pavement in the midst of COVID to bring the votes they brought to the state of Georgia, turning Georgia into a swing state. The South will rise again, and it's going to look really different this time with Stacey Abrams at the forefront. Thank you, Georgia, Georgia. Hold it through, just an old sweet song. Keeps Georgia on my mind. We're getting ahead of ourselves here because we have an old tradition we've been neglecting, and we're going to bring it back here. We got candles to light tonight here on the show. Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table from the most northwest corner of the most northwest city, the most northwest state. And I know a lot of people have been writing in saying, what about the candles? And that's right. Because even though this has been the most anxiety-ridden week in elections that I've ever experienced, and maybe the most you've ever experienced, there's also a pandemic still raging. And I did hear that 3,000 people have died. Maybe it was 6. Now, see, there's been a lot of numbers. At least 3,000, maybe it was 6,000 people have died from COVID in Wayne County. That's the county for the city of Detroit. Maybe somebody could put that number in the comments there. So we're lighting a candle here for everybody who has died because of COVID, this pandemic that we are all dealing with all the time. And we're going to light a candle as well for anybody out there who's suffering. You may be suffering because you've lost someone you love. You may be ill yourself, or you're suffering because your income has changed, or you're suffering because you're lonely because you can't hang out, because we can't have fun the way we used to have fun. Lighting a candle for everybody who's suffering. And light a candle here for hope. Because even in this dark time, this COVID time, this pandemic time, there are things to celebrate, there are things to be happy about, and we have to have hope and celebrate and be grateful for all the good things in our lives. I was in the city of brotherly love the night Obama was elected. And I was watching very closely this week as the returns came in from the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the city that loves you from behind. The sick bikes down Spruce where it turns into south. We're down to the market, get food for our mouths. But tomato mozzarella cheese, sit on the porch and wait for the summer breeze when it comes around. And it's so damn hot, sweating all day, but sweating all month. The neighbors getting angry, they're doing the shout, trying to push the summer heat back out. Philadelphia, Philadelphia. The city I moved to, the city of the east, city of brotherly love, city of the police. No me, Albert Jamal is still on death row. All these years and they won't let it go. In a 6-by cell with a toilet on the wall. 50 minutes we can make one a telephone call. Philadelphia, Philadelphia. My district attorney has blood on her hands from the Dean Street field. Old conviction stand. How many innocent prisoners and how many more? Because an OJ trial they could not afford to build the jails and some the schools. Philadelphia. For every one of those 3,000 miles, I was wishing I was kissing your face. Philadelphia, Philadelphia. When the co-op's been the 30 years or more, over 300 members have keys to a door. All these years never been ripped off, make a garden out of abandoned blocks, empty buildings into squats, buying old houses to trust. Philadelphia. feel alright to keep beer in the freezer. I'd like a cold one right now, but I'm miles away here, fairly pleasant out. I miss you, Philadelphia. I miss you, Philadelphia. I lived in Philadelphia in 2000, 2001, and I started a band there that got to be called at one point the Citywide Specials. Played in a little bar with no name upstairs from Abyssinia, 45th and Locust. They played every Thursday. I was just there for a moment, but they kept it going every Thursday until they had to stop for the pandemic here. And it gets hot in Philadelphia in ways that we don't understand in the Pacific Northwest. Although it's cold here now and it's warm over there now, so it's an interesting November because we are in the midst of climate change, which is building towards the extinction of our species, and we need to turn it around. Got to turn it around, and that's why we got Trump out. We got Joe in. We got to turn it around. But when you're in this hot, humid, like you're living and breathing all day long in a laundromat heat, you like to have a beer from the freezer, a cold one. Better have it be in a bottle, though. You don't want to be like the best man at my father's second wedding who put an 18-pack of Budweiser beer into the freezer early in the afternoon, only to be found the next day. If you have not done that yourself, I applaud you. Most of us have made that error. Like oil or a shoe, I'm slipping right in place. But every one of those 3,000 miles, I was wishing I was kissing your face. Philadelphia, Philadelphia. Thank you to all the hard-working volunteers in Philadelphia who got out the vote in Philadelphia to outweigh the people in Pennsylvania who wanted to re-elect a fascist who does not believe that vote should be counted. Thank you, Philadelphia. Oh, thank you. It was quite a week, wasn't it there? We're still there. Anybody else emotionally hungover? Let me know in the comments there. I like to read them tomorrow morning and see if we're on the same page. We do have Stump the Band coming up for the very first time. We're looking forward to this. We don't know exactly how it works, but we will have a caller call in here, and in real time we'll have them on speakerphone so you can see it, and they will have a chance to stump the band. Now it's myself and David Penderloughlin here, and the one and only Jacob Jolliff, who will be joining us as our guest later on. So I'm glad the band has a few songs up the sleeves. I have 6 layers here since we're in the garage, so I got a lot of sleeves, and we're going to do our best. Everybody knew he was lying, even those who thought it was God. They couldn't explain the thing, they wouldn't look behind the facade. They just knew it made him feel better than any politician had done before. He was the guy they could not deny the chance to be restored. Not all of them were rich and greedy, though a lot of them were. Some of them were needy, needing someone to adore. Someone who told it like it is, using language rough and clear. They got a kick from this hotel prick, famous for saying you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. I believe in you, he said, the uninformed of my friends. I'll tell you what's true, he said, start, the middle, and end. The newspapers are lying to you, they don't want you to be right. I'm gonna make this country once again a great place to be white. Then the people they knew started dying from a disease they couldn't see. Your man kept on lying, telling them not to believe. The snowflakes, the libtards, soft belly and slack spine. But disease doesn't wave a flag, it leaves the dead behind. It's hard to turn around when you're on a path, then harder to switch teams. It's culture, it's tradition, it's what you believe. But it's hard to defend the behavior, and the lies make you tired. Millions in November said, hey buddy, you're fired. By margin of millions, hey buddy, you're fired. Undesired, you're fired. Storms in November, I'm sure we'll make it through till spring. Then it'll be sweet summertime, we'll have to worry about anything. All worry about anything. But if we don't, if the boat don't float, if it should go astray, I'll kiss you once just for the memory, then I'll look away. What's going on out there in comment land? Anything I should know at this point before I go a step further?
There is a resounding sense of peace, taking deep breaths, feeling weightless, feeling better than people have felt in years, and celebrating good things together.
Nice. Which is exactly why I have prepared to play for you Celebrate Good Times by the Motown group we all know and love so well, called
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
And later on I'll be hearing whether or not they're truly Motown. But I stand a really good chance, I thought. And I don't know that number, but I'm sure glad it exists. And we are in David Bender Lawford's garage, which I would put up against many of my favorite Irish pubs with all the beautiful arrangement of bric-a-brac. Of this, that, and the other. Odds and ends. That's a great song, English is Crazy says, if you added up all the odds and ends and then took them all away but one, what would you be left with? An odd or an end? I gave you all my kisses in a poem, babe. In a poem, babe. In a poem. Once you said you missed me, babe. In a poem, babe. In a poem. There was no start, there was no middle. There was no middle. Was no end. Just an old man sawing on his fiddle, babe. Oh, babe, little babe. Someday, gonna kiss your face, babe. Someday, gonna kiss your face. I will try and compensate, babe, for all the lines I made. For I gave you all my kisses in a poem, babe. Oh, said you listen, babe. Oh, babe. Sunshine so clear, saw brother kill me alive so gay. Took off my hat and I bowed the ground. Said brother kill me, where he bound? Bound to the west in hopes to find rest. The arms Nancy, I'll build a new nest. Gave her some kisses down by the seashore. She lay asking for more. Gave her some kisses down by the seashore. Still she lay asking for more.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's a good one.
thank you. That's a trad tune there called Master Kilby. I changed it to Brother Kilby because, you know, it's Brother Kilby I like better, you know? And why not change things? You can always change it back. Before that was my tune called In a Poem from my record, A Long Series of Memorable Nights Forgotten, the Belfast Sessions, a record I recorded in Belfast with the great piper John McSherry. And I'm going to do another tune in that vein here. Written by Archie Fisher, but recorded, the first version I heard is by the great Stan Rogers. And send this one out to my dad tonight. Hi Dad, hope you're tuning in, and thanks for exposing me to so much music, including Stan Rogers' 2 live albums, which if you haven't spent any time with Stan Rogers' live albums, you'll be very happy if you did. I think you will be. Dad used to sing a couple of numbers from Stan Rogers, like the Mary Ellen Carter and the White Collar Holler. If you combine them, you get the Mary Ellen Holler, which is a song that doesn't exist. But I've been working on this one here that Archie Fisher wrote. Pale was the wounded knight who bore the Roman shield. Loud and pale, loud and cruel with the raven's cries, that feasted on the field, saying back, water cold and clear, never clean you won't. None but the witch of the Westmoreland can make the haven sound. Turn his stallion's head, those red-maned flies in the wind, and the rider of the moon goes by, the bright star falls behind. And clear was the pale moon, a shadow passed him by. High overhead the great star fell, and he heard the owlet cry, saying, why do you ride this way? Wherefore came you here? I seek the witch of the Westmoreland, who well dwells in the winding air. And so wearied by the Old's water, and the windy break from way, through the cleft of the Kirkstone Pass, where the winding waters lay. Great hawk, be my steed and grace I feel while I dismount and walk. Come when you hear my call, and answer swift call. I fear the sun will rise this morning, you will help me best of all. And it's down to the water's edge. He's borne the Roman shield and the golden rod that he casted to see what the lake might yield. When she rose from the lake, fast and thick was she, when half the form of the maiden fair with the jet black mare's body. And loud and long and shrilly blew, till the steed was by his side. High overhead the grey hawk flew, and swiftly he did ride, saying, ride well be bridled hound, fetch me the jet black mare, stoop and strike me, good grey hawk, bring me the maiden fair. Then pray sheath the silvery sword, laid down the Roman shield. I can see by the brine and blood that flows, she'd been wounded in the field. sun high in the day. Sit ride with the bridle hound and heel, make a gray hawk in hand. There's none that can harm, the night is late with the witch of the Westmoreland. Looking forward to playing with that one a lot more and have a lot of fun with that tune, The Witch of the Westmoreland. How are we doing? A few more tunes till Jacob comes around. The guitar is finally reaching the temperature. The right hand is still a little chilly, but you know what? We're keeping it safe in COVID. We're doing the best we can, and we're aspiring to turn this thing around. It's going to take compromises and a little bit of cool weather performance on our end, anyways. Anything else I should know about there in comment land while I warm with this cup of coffee?
Well, you know, as is true whenever multiple people are watching with one Facebook account, it's a little bit hard to know who's saying this, but Donna Blake's account does say this is one of my favorites, and indeed Donna and Peter are watching.
All right.
Blair Mosner Feltham says, I have literally wanted to hear you sing this song for 15 years.
Wow! Now, that's an interesting segue here because Blair is the first person to ever purchase a season pass to Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. The money arrived with a note said, Seasons Pass. And I had not projected this idea to the world, but she picked up on it, and people pick up on what Blair's putting down. If you want to save the hassle of making the computer money transfer every week, Seasons Pass. How much does it cost? You decide. That's what's going on here in this new economy, and I just have to say thank you to everybody who is contributing. This is my gig. This is all that's going on right now. I did play one other gig for 4 people at a campfire in the last 8 months, so I'm really happy that to have your support for this year. So thank you, Blair, and I'm so glad you like that tune. Stick with it. I'm so excited to play that more and get a fiddle in the mix, the whole thing. So. Anything else going on out there?
Oh yeah, we got Catherine Broom says her friend Connie is joining us tonight.
We're talking Boardman?
No, we're talking Connie of harp playing fame.
So Catherine brought a friend.
Catherine brought a friend.
I love it. You can bring a friend. I hadn't thought about this before. You can bring a friend to the kitchen table. And the whole idea with the kitchen table is when bringing these guests, we play gigs on the road, which is now becoming a memory. You play the gig on the road, then you go to whatever house you're staying at, and you'd always have a few more jars and a few more songs around the kitchen table. So we welcome Connie. Hopefully she's a first time listener, but not a last time listener to the post-show hang around the kitchen table.
Samantha Beebe also says that she would send us her space heater through comment land if possible.
Well, if Bellingham and Judy can buy shots through comment land, I think the gesture raises the temperature a few degrees anyways, Another concept I'm working on this show, something I've already been doing but haven't put it quite in a frame yet, is bringing to you some of the best songs you've never heard. I'm not talking about my songs. I'm talking about these songs I acquire along the way, and I get to share them. And sometimes they get shared more around the kitchen table after the gig than they do on the gig. This is a happy hour classic, and I just want to play it because I like it. From Andrew Calhoun. Make your getaway, darling. Ride the midnight bus. Leave all your troubles and snarling. Come on back to us. Got a homemade meal in the freezer, stuffed way down in the back. An ice cold beer for a teaser, a couple with your name in the rack. Make your getaway, darling. Ride the midnight that bus. Leave all your troubles and snarl. Come on back to us. And what I forgot to say there, what I forgot to wrap up with a ribbon and a bow tie is that if you do purchase a season's pass, I will fulfill your request without you asking for it if you've been wanting me to sing it for 15 years. Hearts dance like flies in the darkness, finding their way to the light. I know you're out there somewhere, keeping me awake at night. Make your getaway, darling, ride the midnight bus. Leave all your troubles and snarl. Come on back to us. Yeah. Mary made up a bed in the back with a quilt she got from her mom. I'll meet you at the station. You can walk home on my own. Make your getaway, dog. Ride the midnight bus. Leave all your troubles and snarl. Come on back to us. Hearts dance like flies in the darkness, finding the way to the light. I know you're out for soul, keeping me awake at night. Hearts dance like flies in the darkness, finding the way to the light. If you don't begrudge the welcome, I won't begrudge the flight. Make your getaway, darling, ride the midnight bus. Leave all your troubles and snarl. Come on back to us. Gonna do a song that I first performed at this jamboree, not this last summer, but the summer before. Now we do also want to remind you, Stump the Band is coming up after Jacob Jolliff, so there's a lot to look forward to in this show here. I'll do this one, then Jake will be up. One and only mandolin maestro, our friend from Oregon, by way of New York City. I believe he's in Oregon now. The song's about Oregon. Going to tune it up because you know it'll be just, we're close. If it was a short song, oh yeah, there it is. Packed the car with everything. Ice chest sunscreen, and shades. We hit the interstate. It was 90. News that it's Friday. Hordes and madness. It wasn't too bad. We left the kids at home. They didn't want to come. Someone made a joke. about them burning the place down. Try to tell the moon was gonna call her up the sun. Been 20 years since I married Renee. I've lost hair, she's lost weight. We pay the mortgage, internet TV, the kids watch movies. We used to drink at bars, Renee be screaming at the bands. The AC broke and traffic got sticky. We just slowed down, listen to Bob Marley, the Wailers and Bob Marley. In London, 1973. Let's get together and feel alright. A few miles from the campsite, roll across the creek. Hold over, didn't speak. Renee was smiling, walked naked, and I could almost cry at the beauty of the Oregon August hills. We set up camp on a hilltop, started to wait. Campground filling up, everyone in the shade, talking voices lowly, the heat moving slowly. Kid kicked the ball, pack of birds watching us all. Just waited for the moon to call her up the sun. We had an afternoon to wander. We had glasses to fight. Someone said try at the drugstore. The drugstore next door led to the street fair. The street fair typhoon vendor, giving away for free. Across from the typhoon vendor, a country band was playing. Where were you when the world stopped turning? If you don't know the difference between a right and a wrong, you shouldn't give your son a gun and tell him to kill him. To kill him. Go kill him. Back at camp in the shade, playing cards with Renee. Everyone was restless when we rode. Couple hours to go. Anticipation. Couldn't see nothing without the glasses. Someone with a camera screen. It's happening. It's happening. The moon is gonna cover up the sun. The wind started to pick up. I said, let's split a beer. Renee held a blanket. I think it was fear. Then it was darkness. Then it was darkness. Then it was dawn. And when the sun came back again, my Renee, she cried. I held her and she cried. Let's get together and feel alright. And now we get to welcome Jake Jolliff from the kitchen table. Such a pleasure to have him with us. That means I'm going to put in my little microphone. Some people thought perhaps I have a new half necklace going. This is my microphone so I can hear him. And Jake Jolliff, you're very welcome to the kitchen table. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm good, man. Nice to see you guys.
I guess I could have warned you when I said I was going to do one more that it's a 9-minute experience.
I know. Yeah, I was on deck there for a while.
Yeah. At what point did you realize you were going to be on deck for a while?
Well, I remember one time I was supposed to sit in with the band on their 8th song, and then they sent someone back looking for me after 23 minutes. And I was like, how on earth did you guys just get through 8 songs? But regardless, I should have...
It was a bluegrass band.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah, it was not the Grateful Dead.
It wasn't the Grateful Dead. That would be a set or a show, you know?
Yeah. Hey, man, good to see you. How you holding
nice
up?
To see you, too. Doing pretty well, man. Down in Oregon.
Good.
Just south of Portland.
Corbett? Is it Corbett, Oregon?
Newburgh.
Where's Corbett? Why does that word come to mind?
That's a street up in Portland.
Okay. All right. All right.
It might,
Yeah.
it might be a town, but it's not one I know about.
Okay. All right. Newburgh.
Yeah.
Newburgh, New York is essentially the town where I make my records. It's just barely up Route 9 is the town of Marlborough, and that's where my fellas are. I'm sure you'd love them if you get a chance to hang with them. Lee Falco on drums, Brandon Morrison, Connor Kennedy, and Will Bryant. And I recorded that last tune I just played with them.
Oh, cool.
And they're such great players. And Will's one of these. He plays piano, organ, and he can sing. I mean, he's an incredible singer. And that end, where the tune's building up, he actually said, "Robert, I got this idea," and he went in the booth and recorded 4-part harmony operatic. So that's just kind of a teaser for the audience more that I don't know if that's going to make it, if it's going to end up on the cutting room floor or not. But I guess a word to you and to anybody else, if you ever need an operatic, a guy who can lay down 4 or 5 parts in like 15 minutes, Will's your guy.
All right.
But enough of that, man. What is going on? You told me you were just in New York for a while. So tell me about some of the music you were making in New York.
Yeah, I was there for about a month, for most of October, and I was playing a lot with my buddy Eddie Barbash, who's an amazing saxophone player. He was who I was living with actually when I was out there, and he's some people might have heard him play. He used to be in the John Batiste band, and I did get to do one show with my group, just this like outdoor concert series, and that was trippy because we hadn't played in 8 months,
And was this a gig that had been on the books, or was it something that came together?
No, it was something that came together a couple months ago, and it was like, outdoors, socially distanced thing. And
outdoors in October is pretty risky.
It was pretty cold, it was really cold. It was raining earlier in the day. But, I mean, honestly, it'd been so long since we played, it just felt great to play, even though it was like in the 40s, but which I guess is probably what you guys are dealing with right now. But
yep. Oh yeah, we got some great heat lamps thanks to Karen and Philip Hoffman have loaned us their heat lamps. So the environmental toll of COVID is going up.
Right.
We're just doing the best we can here. I'll let you take it away. Enough chit chat for me, and sing or play or read bedtime stories, whatever it is you do. We love your playing, particularly, and just singing, but bedtime stories, is that your thing? As I said, and I meant it, enough for me. Everybody, welcome to the kitchen table, Jacob Jolliff.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Robert. I might take my headphones off here, since I'm not getting any monitor in them, but I'll, motion to me if you need my attention or comment at me. Is that coming through all right, David? All right. Good to know. Thank you. That was a tune by the great Bill Monroe called Northern White Clouds. And I'm going to continue on with one by a great mandolinist, Mr. David Grisman. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was Dog's Waltz by Mr. David Grisman. I put these headphones on for a second. I don't know exactly why, but I'm about to take them off again. Let's see here. I'm going to do a jazz tune now, one called How About You? Thank you.
Beautiful. What's the name of that tune?
That's How About You, or
How About You?
I like New York in June. How about you? It's not June.
And that's a classic. Sinatra.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a classic tune. Lots of good versions of it. Yeah.
And what version turned you on to that tune?
I like the Bill Evans version a lot. And actually, there's a great Bill Evans documentary on YouTube called The Universal Mind of Bill Evans, and he sits down at the piano in that, and he plays like 16 bars of something, and I didn't know what it was, and he doesn't say what it was, and it wasn't for a couple years that I figured out
That's cool.
what tune it was. But
It haunted you.
it haunted me. Yeah,
These 16 bars haunted you. Like,
that's right.
what is that? Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, well, he actually sits down and he plays it. He tries to play it as if he was a bad piano player. That's like part of it, sort of.
Right.
He does a pretty bad job of sounding bad on it.
Yeah,
It
right.
still sounds like Bill Evans. And then he plays it and then he's like, and this is how a professional piano player would play it. In reality, is probably he's the only one that could play it that way at that point.
Right.
And then he
right.
lays into it, and it's just amazing,
I think I heard a story about him, about some sort of informal gathering of heads, musicians, and everyone's taking a turn on the piano, and everyone sounds great. There's like great players. Everyone's, just awesome musicians. But then Bill Evans gets on the piano, and it's a whole new instrument. It's
Totally.
like he just had a way. That's pretty
Yeah,
special.
he has such a specific sound on the piano,
It's pretty special.
Yeah.
What? I don't know too much about him myself. He's probably not with us anymore.
No, definitely not. I think he died in maybe like 1980, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah. He's one of my very favorites, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you got another jazz tune in your fingers tonight?
I can. Yeah. You want me to play another one
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, play another one, then I'll jump in with something.
Sounds good. Off with the headphones again. Hey.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that.
No problem.
I don't need it. If you had something else you wanted to do before we go back and forth, go ahead and do it, or I can jump in. What's your mood?
Let's start going back and forth, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those first few tunes put me in the mood to try something I haven't sung in a long time, and hopefully I'll find a key that won't embarrass me or yourself or any of our listeners. But with the Bill Monroe there, we waltzed in that night in Kentucky beneath the beautiful harvest moon, and I was the boy who got lucky. It all ended too soon as we stood there alone in the moonlight. I can still see your smiling face, and I long once more for your embrace in that beautiful Kentucky moon. Is there a second verse? Don't you love that? I looked up Georgia this week. It's like, one verse. Like, if you're doing more than one verse, you're working too hard. We were waltzing that night in Kentucky. Then you could do we probably can't play together, but I bet you could do a fill, right?
Yeah, I can do some kind of ephemeral
Let's see.
stuff.
I'll kind of lay out, you lay in, I'll lay back in.
bet.
This is we're breaking new ground here. We were waltzing that night in Kentucky beneath the beautiful harvest moon, and I was the boy who got lucky, but it all ended too soon as I stood there alone in the moonlight. I still see your smiling face, and I long once more for your embrace in that beautiful Kentucky moon. Who says you can't jam on Zoom?
Absolutely. I love that one.
That's a great tune, It's a great tune if you start it on the low end of your range.
Yeah.
It's really tricky if you start at the high end of your range.
It has quite a range.
I'm going to run out of options there.
Yeah.
Give us a blue. Well, do whatever you want, but if another bluegrassy kind of thing you have.
Yeah. I'll do it on another Bill Monroe tune. I'm just gonna leave these headphones on. And if you want to do some fills, Robert, just jump in. Yeah. Good. Just pretend I'm not here.
Yeah. Well, as long as you have the volume off, I can do all kinds of beautiful
Okay, cool.
ornaments.
Absolutely. Told me that your love was true, sweeter than thought the world of you. Now you left me all alone. I have no one to call my own. Now, sweetheart, you done me wrong. You have left me all alone. Maybe there time, sweetheart, when you change your mind. I never shall forget the day, when you were gone away. I couldn't believe that it was Thank you. I was
Now,
getting
what-
some. I was getting some of those fills in my ears here.
Yeah, well, it occurred to me that might be so. The audio, I was starting to play along because in my tech world we're in time,
Yeah.
you know.
No, absolutely.
But I think actually you were playing your music. Was probably what I was playing to you was coming like a second later, which
it
just
wasn't
shows what a
too
good
bad.
player Jacob is. He can actually play music in time and sing in time with in his ear my guitar playing 1 second behind it.
No, it was subtle, man. It was
Yeah.
just an accompaniment. You know? It was just, that's actually something I do that with my students sometimes over Skype because we can't play together.
Yeah.
But I still want them to have the experience of playing along. So I'll just play and they'll play along and it'll sound like together on their end and total utter chaos on my end. But it's just like it's this exercise and just like staying steady, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's like, you know, and the thing of it is, in 50 years, people just be like, well, yeah, if you want to be a musician, you know, you got to play in time, you got to play in tune, you have to have a great repertoire, and you have to be able to play with a second and a half delay coming at you. You know, that's just
Totally.
kind of it's a requirement here
Yep.
in this world.
Absolutely.
Let's do something against David. David's doing 3 jobs over here. He's running all the technical operations, but he got into this because he's a musician. So, sweetheart. Tell you about this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone. When I get home, it'll be alright. But you're gone. I can see the way your eyes light up, kind of like a questionable line. I want to tell you the story of this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone. Let you dance the seaside bar. They were poor, they were tribes, they were dressed like mid-century movie stars. On the road to Ukraine or to Kazakhstan, the Soviet was saying summer in Siam. It's like that. This photo that I took last night, all the breeze was blowing the song. A little after party after the bar last night, had to keep it going. Pass guitar, the night started to swing. Sing some side of the street, and we sang some names. Played a few ballads and it made me cry. Kiss some hands and cheek, the second night goodbye. Oh, I see this photo that I took last night. I was gone. When I get home, it won't be there anymore. Well, you're gone. On the other side, with the angels the same. With the trees, the breeze, the waves, the lands. Hope you're at peace and there's no pain at your door. But I can't tell you my stories anymore. Wanna tell you the story, this photo that I got last night. Won't you gone.
Heck yeah.
Sarah
great.
Marie, the name of that one. We did that at the Jamboree this year, didn't we?
It sounds familiar. I think we might have. Yeah.
A lot of G, you know?
Right, a lot of
Not
G.
only in this song, but everywhere in the
Right.
set.
Absolutely.
For those that don't know, Jacob was kind enough to play with me in the band for the Jamboree, and at the moment you can dig around if you go to the Jamboree website and you can find us, but we are intending to get all that music better organized on there. I'd say let's look for that around the halfway mark to the next Jamboree, sometime in February. I was thinking by now, and now I'm saying things like later. We're going to get that done later, but then maybe it'll happen on time.
The footage looks great, though.
It looks great. The camera team did such a good job.
Yeah, it sounds great, too.
Well, Stuart, we love Stuart. He's been part of the Jamboree for a long time. He's a sound tech there. Yeah, what do you got for us?
I was trying to think of if your final E minor chord would remind me of anything, but then I realized, yet again, Robert, your E minor is not in
E minor.
And E flat minor reminds me of way fewer songs.
Well, that gives you, clarity of options.
Yeah. What do you feel like a jazz tune or a bluegrass tune or any preference?
No preference, man. Wherever, let the freak flag fly.
I think that song you said, "The Sunny Side of the Street."
Yeah, man.
That's
Gotta keep it on the sunny side this past week, huh?
That's right. Well, I'll try to play on the sunny side of the street. It's a tune I kind of know. I'll give it a shot. I don't think I've ever played it solo. Are you gonna be doing many fills on this one? You think, Robert? Trying to decide how much.
I'll be doing really fast ones, so
Okay,
fast you
cool.
can't hear them.
All right, that'll work. I'll leave
Yeah.
the phones on.
Yeah. Beautiful.
On the sunny side of the street.
Yeah, man. And here, I thought you were going to do the Pogue song, which is really, really quite a different number. You know, it's only 3 chords.
What's the Pogue song?
On the sunny side of the street, sunny side of the street. Da, 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 da.
Damn, I think if I could have thought of that one, that might have been a lot less work. You know?
Yeah, would have. You're not getting paid by the note, you know, kind of reduced. It'd actually be a pretty cool instrumental medley because I'm not sure anyone would get it.
I don't know the tune that you're singing well enough to say, but on first impression, I feel like an instrumental version might not be all that recognizable.
No, there is. But I'm definitely not the singer to hear it from.
Okay.
But there's a lick that
there's a lick,
between Shane going on the sunny side of the street, on the sunny side. There's there is actually a lick in there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
learn
already.
that.
So you got it.
Well, I
That
got
could be
part of it.
a little. Put that in there, you know. I'm like an idea guy. You know, jazz
Totally,
instrumentalists
totally.
should come to me for ideas. You know, I
Right,
can't
yeah.
execute, but geez, the listeners are all putting up with a lot of BS from the kitchen table tonight. But that's what's going on at the kitchen table. We get to talking about things, and is it time to play Stump the Band, or should we?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that hard to stump me, so I might.
Yeah.
Just play this game.
Well, okay. So this goes out to this is to people who are regular viewers out there, like Judy and Bellingham, and Dad and Donna, of course, their family. So they probably won't get called upon, but somehow we're going to figure out how viewers can maybe throw their name in the hat and get chosen for the opportunity to stump the band. We don't know how to do that just yet. So Henry is offered to stump the band, and we're going to get him here on the phone. I'm going to call him, and he's going to give us a request. Now, Henry has had some heads up here, but I got to tell you, in the future, the people no one will have any heads up. I mean, actually, we don't know how it's going to work. We don't know how it's going to. What we know is that we're calling Henry right now. We hope he's remembered. I'm putting him on speaker. Got the volume all the way up. All right, this is entertainment. All right, Henry, you're there.
I'm there.
All right. Jacob, can you hear him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Are you getting the signal? Are you all the way down there in St. Louis tonight?
What about St. Louis?
Are you getting our signal in St. Louis?
Oh, yes. Up until that moment, that last minute.
Okay.
I'm getting your signal beautifully.
Okay. And if Jacob can hear you, I guess people are here. Maybe I should get a louder speakerphone for the listening audience. Do you know the Pogue song, Sunny Side of the Street?
I do.
Okay.
Are you asking Jake for me?
I'm asking you, Henry. Yeah.
I do know the song.
Yeah. Don't you think that'd be kind of hip to put those together in an instrumental medley?
Jacob would kill on that.
Yeah.
He would do the horn part.
Yeah.
He would do every part.
Yeah. So we're playing Stump the Band. Now, if we can't, we get 3 shots at it here. Now, if we can't fulfill 3 requests, then we're sending you a corkscrew, which I'm pretty sure you already have. So maybe I'll have to think of something else for you. So what's the first request?
All right. The first one is a long shot, but it's a great song, and you're never going to know it. But The Wayward Wind by Yogi Graham.
The Wayward Wind.
Yeah, that sounds like you don't know it.
By John D. Graham from Austin?
Gogi Graham, the immortal Gogi Graham.
See, this is what... G-O-D-I. I'm writing it down right in front of the...
Gogi, yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Okay.
But I gather maybe I should move on to the next request.
Yeah, let's move on to request number 2.
All right, request number 2. Actually, you mentioned the Pogues, and this was I was thinking about this, but you and McCall wrote the song, but Dirty Old Town, that's a great song.
I bet we could both get in on a little bit of Dirty Old Town. Let's give that a go. And that means I don't have to send you the corkscrew, which you already have. Anyways,
Yeah, of course I have a corkscrew, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I have a bottle of wine that's decent enough to require I use it.
Well,
Great song.
we're going to be able to do a little Dirty Old Town, but just for the joy of it, what's request number 3?
Well, the request number 3 was something I was thinking about last week, and I really wanted to hear it anyway. And I thought, since I've never heard you play it live, Railroad in Holland.
Wow. I'm glad I can do number 2. That's fantastic. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to sing a verse or 2 of Dirty Old Town, and then Jacob will do he'll do a version of it, and that will sort of let the world know how well I actually sang the melody, because he's going to have to hear it from me. And thanks for being such a loyal listener and viewer here on Sundays. And you tried, and you could do it with 1, but you couldn't do it with number 2. You could not stump the band tonight, and we'll be in touch. Thanks for listening.
All right.
I'm looking at my hand as though it's you. It's like Henry has turned into a small phone. It's like the Prince.
I'm going to promise our viewing audience the tech will be better for the next Stump the Band.
Okay.
We're going to get
All right.
the sound into the actual feed.
I was afraid of that. Okay. Well, all the best to St. Louis, and we do want to give a shout out to all the hard-working volunteers who got out the blue vote in Missouri, in the cities.
Well, St. Louis went blue. Missouri went red, but at least St. Louis was blue.
And I believe I heard this from John Elliott. He said every county or every precinct in the entire country except somewhere in Mississippi trended blue. So even places that went red, the percentages trended blue everywhere. So put that in our once we worry about the soul of America, how could this many people vote for Trump? Well, less people percentage-wise did this time than last time.
Yeah. But we took a big step.
We took a big step. I love Missouri. Can't wait to get back there. Can't wait to get back to St. Louis. It's such a jewel of a city.
Yeah.
All right, Dirty Old Town.
All right.
See you later. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm gonna make me a big sharp axe, shining steel, set the night on fire. All set to cut you down like an old oak tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl first round of Stump the Band. That was Henry calling in there from St. Louis, Missouri, where St. Louis went blue, Missouri went red. Hey, it's time to put. Remember that our political opposites are not our enemies. You know, we got to build the bridge. Got to build the bridge. Jake, you got one more before we say goodbye to you tonight?
Sure, man, absolutely. Let's see what I got. I have to say that is a new era of COVID gigging when I'm playing unaccompanied mandolin solos in D flat on a song I've never heard before. You know? Making a living is changing. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'll do one more here.
That could be the name of an album, actually. Unaccompanied.
Mandolin solos in D flat on a song I've never heard.
Yeah, that's.
I'll do a Gordon Lightfoot tune here called I'm Not Saying. I will say this would be an awesome one to have that drum on, David, but I don't know, it might not. I don't know how it would pan out.
I know how it would pan out. It wouldn't be
I
pretty.
got an idea, yeah. I'm not saying that I love you. I'm not saying that I'll care if you love me. I'm not saying that I'll care. I'm not saying I'll be there when you want me. I can't give my heart to you or tell you that I'll sing your name up to the sky. I can't lay the promise down that I'll always be around when you need me. Now I may not be alone each time you see me out on the street or in a small cafe, but still I won't deny you or mistreat you. Maybe if you'll let me have my way, I'm not saying I'll be sorry for all the things that I might say that make you cry. I can't say I'll always do the things you want me to. I'm not saying I'll be true, but I'll try. That I would, but still I won't deny you or mistreat you. Baby, if you'll love me like you should, I'm not saying I'll be sorry for all the things that I might say that make you cry. I can't say I'll always do the things you want me to. I'm not saying I'll be true, but I'll try. I can't say I'll always do the things you want me to. I'm not saying I'll be true, but I'll try.
Woo!
Thank you. Nice
Hey,
to
Jake,
see you
thanks so
guys.
much for
thanks for having me.
thanks for hanging at the kitchen table, and keep the Zoom open. After the show's over, we'll have a little chat and say hello to each other a little bit more.
Sounds good.
And
All right.
what a pleasure. I know everybody tuned in tonight. Really enjoyed hearing you. I certainly did.
Thank you.
And all the best with everything you're working on there in Newburgh, Oregon. And I hope you really enjoy a trip to Corbett, Oregon before too long, once we figure out where that is. And,
Sounds good.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, nice to see you guys.
All right. That tune reminded me, we here this last week occasionally spent some time looking at Facebook posts by people who are upset about the loss of Trump. And it is important to have some compassion. And it did occur to me just how happy people must have been 4 years ago, because in some people's minds he is actually a populist president who was going to represent the interests of the small time person. They believed that, and when they won, they must have felt great. They felt like a big middle finger was going out to everybody who had gotten A's when they had gotten D's in English class. And sort of that gets revealed in some of the posts that I read, which is provided a sentence which I'm in love with here, because as many times as I read it, I still don't know what it means. The sentence is, "Not that I don't believe fraud doesn't happen or isn't happening in this election." Okay, I'm going to let you have a minute with that, let that sink in. I'm going to give it to you one more time and let you think about it. Not that I don't believe fraud doesn't happen or isn't happening in this election. There are so many negatives in that, I'd get lost by the end of it. I was kind of reminded of that by I'm Not Saying There by Gordon Lightfoot through Jacob Jaws. Thanks for Jacob's drink. A little snarky there, a little snarky, but that's quite a sentence. In fact, I just don't know what it means. Let's lighten up. Let's build a bridge here. We'll do our tune called Bridges. Because the truth of the matter is, we do need leaders who care about the little guy, about the small person, about everybody. And some people believe that Trump was doing that. And we need to reach out to them. And it's going to take really kindness. It's going to take a lot of kindness and graciousness to do that. I'm not sure if I have the skills, but I'd like to learn. I'm awed by bridges that fill me with wonder, fill me with awe. I don't neglect grandeur. Hands poured the pilings, smooth concrete, edge of the stones, laid out the vision of the eyes of the desk, pencil in hand, cup of coffee, paper and calculation, architect with the plans, artist with the design, engineer with equations, men and women of desire, politicians pass legislation on the bills, the ways and means, tax collector collected, clerk carry the warrant, put it in the right pile, we paid the bill of Naples, put it all, the addition, didn't have the money, maybe next year, so we could all get somewhere else, other end of the valley, across the Russian River. If there saw your head. Turn your eyes round. Saw your hand. Roll the window down. I saw your eyelids. Cover up your eyes. I saw your fingers. Cover up your palm. Felt your jacket slide across the floor. Felt your weight. And into the door. Felt your cheek. That was wet from your eye. Felt your fingers slide in mine. Heard your fingers open up the door. I heard the air your lungs forced out. I felt your finger touch my sleeve. Heard your feet on the leaves. Leaves before the sun went down. The air was thick. Bugs just hanging around. It's been a long 4 years, and as my neighbor said, it's been an even longer 4 days. Hope everybody got some rest. Is going to get some rest. I know I was just emotionally wiped out this morning, not able to be myself. It's been a long run. I got notebooks full of numbers, of the Georgia returns, of the Pennsylvania returns. And you know, the guys on the Daily said that Arizona, Georgia, Florida, and I think North Carolina, we're all going to have the earliest results. Well, I love the Daily, but I'm still waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Arizona. I am waiting on Arizona. I am. Even though we got Nevada, I'm waiting on Arizona. Even though we got Philadelphia, I am waiting on Arizona. Even though we got New York, I'm waiting on Arizona. Even though we got Michigan, I'm waiting on Arizona. Even though we got Wisconsin, I'm waiting on Arizona. 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 Well, I want it red. want to be ready when my joy comes back to me. That's what we're talking about. I'm ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready when my joy comes back to me. And I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Arizona. Even though we got Michigan, I'm still waiting on Arizona. Oh yeah, you know we got me. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm thinking we're gonna get Georgia. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm thinking we're gonna get Georgia. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Alaska too. You know they don't start counting the votes until the Tuesday after the election. How about that? We're 56% in Alaska, and I'm feeling still a little bit tense. I'm still feeling a little bit tense. I can't let it go. Not gonna be able to go. Can't let it go. Can't let it go. I wanna let go, but we gotta wait a little longer. No, we gotta wait a little bit longer, and I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Alaska. I'm waiting on Arizona. I think we're gonna get Georgia, but I'm waiting on Arizona. Stacey Abrams is my hero. I think we're gonna have Georgia. Well, I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready when my Georgia comes back to me. That's what we're singing. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready when my Georgia comes back to me. I'm very happy to know that in a couple months or so we're gonna have a government that's working to protect the workers' rights. No longer have the head of the workers' rights be a guy who just wants to make the corporations make more money. We're gonna have somebody out there looking around for the workers in the meat plant, somebody looking out, have a little bit of regulation for the workplace, regulation for the workplace. I'm the tax and spend liberal, and I want regulation in the workplace. I want safety. I want houses for everyone. I want workplace safety. I want houses for everyone. I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready when the joy comes back to me. That's what we're singing. I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready when my joy comes back to me. Usually we tell you that's all about the times we share. That's all about the times we share at the end of the show. It's all about the times we share at the end of the show because it is, don't you know? It's all about the times we share. That's what we sing at the end of the show. But tonight we're singing. I'm waiting on Arizona. Waiting on Arizona. And we got Georgia. I'm waiting on Arizona. So we got Michigan. I'm waiting on Arizona. I thought it was coming soon, but it's probably late now. I'm walking on Arizona. Oh, I'm walking on clouds till we get to Arizona. Don't know why it becomes so important to me, but it has, don't you know? I heard a story that Trump wanted to have a rally in Tucson. Well, Tucson would not let him have a rally until he paid his bill from 2016. You know, the guy is famous for being mean and not paying his bills. Hey, hey. So they said you cannot come here, you gotta stay somewhere else. So I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm waiting on Arizona. I'm ready for my joy to come back. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready when my joy comes back to me. That's right. I wanna be ready. I want to be ready, January 20th. I want to be ready when my joy comes back to me in January. I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready when my joy comes back to me. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the Kitchen Table. David Penderlofgren over there. Jacob Jolliff was our special guest. Next week, our special guest will be the one and only Nate Gates. Come hang with us every Sunday. Build the bridges. We'll see you next week.